Hey everybody, welcome to BrickVault. My name's Jack. Today we are building one of the bigger, older creator modular sets. This is the Grand Emporium. The set's recommended for ages 16 and up. It is set number 10211 and it has 2,182 pieces. It was first released back in 2010, originally selling for $150. And since then it has been retired and roughly goes for about $100 more if you want to buy it now. Included are 5 minifigs, not including the display mannequins that we see at the bottom floor. This is a piece that is a corner meant to match up with 2 different sides. And right now I'm really liking those detailing for the shop letters in the front and the design on the sidewalk. Well, now you can see on the inside, we actually bought the set used. It had been built by somebody before, but it's significantly cheaper that way. And even people filled out a lot of the bottom design on the original base plate. Everything here is in Ziploc bags, so I'm gonna actually do some organizing and then we'll start the build. Alright, so the Grand Emporium is complete. It was actually a pretty quick build. Granted, some of the initial base plate stuff was already done for me, but not a huge amount. And I'm very happy with the quality of such a nice used set. But here we are just looking at the main bit of the front, and it's nice. I like the tan mixed in with the dark green. That's a really nice color combination in my opinion. And even compared to the Creator Assembly Square, I think I like the design in the sidewalk right in the front corner here the best out of any of the modular buildings. Same goes for the signage that says shop actually. A few of the other buildings have a pretty similar build style that make up some letters and numbers, but the shop sign here still looks awesome. The rounded off green windows match up really well to make up this corner, and the lip of the roof looks really nice, though it isn't some kind of incredibly clever sort of building. It's just a nice combination of bricks put on the top. If we take an extremely quick look at the back, you can see it is pretty much barren like it always is, but I very much like that nice touch of the the arched sort of, it almost looks like a slice or a bite taken out of the bottom of the building, and that is the back entrance to the main shopping center. A couple of little windows, but let's take a look at the front area. We can see some mannequins in the windows. That is a bride and groom, and through the other shop windows you can see some hats. But let's take a better look at the inside. This is probably the best floor, I think, in the whole building. The rotating door function works really well. It spins around for quite a long time, actually. And the shopping center here looks a little bit sparse, but I kind of appreciate the space that we get. In the center, I think these are jars for perfume, if I'm not mistaken. And in the corner, those cape pieces are the curtains that are drawn back in case one of the minifigs wants to try on some pants or something like that. Also, in the back by the escalator, we have a tiny little register. This is where the minifigs would get their clothes rung up, and I sort of just like that it's kind of right in the middle of the store. Once again, I just really appreciate the openness of the build. This is a closer look at the escalator itself. It was very easy to put together and a clever bit of building to make up the stairs and have them pretty much level. You can't actually stand a minifig up here, but I think it looks nice. Now the next floor up is really where the set feels like it's a bit dated. I kind of like that there's the nice open area between the two different levels so you can see those escalators going through, very similar to what you might see in a mall. But when you look at the floor itself, well, let's just say this place isn't competing with IKEA anytime soon, or Bed Bath & Beyond, or whatever the heck those stores are. Just a couple of nice golden bowls and some wine glasses, different colors, different sizes, and that is it. That's it. Nothing else. But let's check out the second floor, and unfortunately it is pretty much the same, slightly better, but almost the same kind of design. Well, the floor plan is exactly the same as you can see, and the inside has just 3 displays. This is the kids area, the sort of the toy section. I do like that build for the scooter, actually, and I think what makes it really effective is that it totally works with a minifig. You could just have the minifig riding this thing around if you like. The middle section just has a couple of bouncy balls to play with, and the last one is another display. This could be a toy house, a doll house, or maybe even a Lego house if you really want. Once again, there's a lot of space here. Generally, I don't like it when the interior is very cluttered, but there's definitely more that could have fit in here and still kept the build very, very open. Also, this has a chandelier that comes out, and to be honest, this is actually one of the better Lego built chandeliers that I've seen. I've built a couple based on custom designs and tried one out myself, but this one is nice because it actually looks better than the other ones that I've messed around with, and it was easier to make. So that is certainly a plus, and let's check out what is on top of the roof, because I think this is one of the more iconic sections of the entire build. There is a billboard that sticks out on top of the roof, and there we've got a poster board that shows a minifigure's head, or a face, I suppose. He could be smiling if it was a little bit of a larger build, and next to it is a somewhat three-dimensional build for a present. That's gonna look excellent in the city, and what's great about this is you can just direction the billboard in any way that you like. It doesn't really have to fit facing the side that you built it at, and so depending on where I put this in the city in the modular build, or if I want to change its place, I can also just change the direction of the billboard very easily. That's just a nice touch. Also, you can see there is a skylight that hangs directly over the big opening. It's tinted darker, which I kind of wish it wasn't tinted darker. I don't know if they had that piece molded in trans clear in 2010. Now there's some smaller sort of accessories to the set. I don't know if you can call them accessories exactly, but we have a window cleaner build. This is great because it doesn't just work for the Emporium, though I feel like the dimensions fit just right with both how far the lip sticks out and how low down this little thing hangs. When the minifigure is standing there, he's just right and perfectly level with the window. Also, some more accessories, I suppose, are some of these little builds that you can see at the bottom. We've got an ice cream vendor. That's actually a pretty nice little build. There's some extra ice cream inside the little refrigerated top there. There's a trash can. And on the other side, we've got a very effective mailbox. Inside is some mail already. And I don't know if I mentioned it before, but I really do appreciate the build for those flower pots in the center. There's a nice little bit of sort of complicatedness going on the inside, but it results in a pretty good look. Also, the front has some nice ornate stuff that I also just forgot to mention. Those layered columns with all of those tiny pieces are, well, there's 4 sections of them, and that looks great down at the bottom, and the green overhangs really does make for just a nice, fun area where people would probably want to hang out in front of the Emporium. By the way, I guess it is in the city now. I just sort of switched over to the beauty shots there, and I haven't decided exactly if this is going to be its final resting place. Now, I will show you the minifigures. Of course, there's, I think, 5 minifigs in total. First guy here is from the TV show Where Are My Pants? Is that how it goes in the movie? No. Anyways, this is a guy, he doesn't have pants on, he's holding them. This is somebody that would be trying stuff on in the changing room. A little bit of humor there. Other than that, all the prints are extremely simple. Next is a little kid. He's kind of got a pirate's vest on, which kind of reminds me of sort of a pirate or sailor vest. I like this print. It's not very common, or at least I haven't seen it in forever. And then our short-haired minifigure lady here has an extremely common torso piece. Green pants, and then the construction worker slash window washer also has green pants, but it matches up with a print for green overalls that go over his red shirt. It comes with hard hat and a mop or brush or window washing thing. And then the last minifig, I think she is supposed to be the cashier or somebody that's working within the Emporium. She's got also a very common torso piece with the purple scarf and long brown hair. Now, once again, we're back in the Lego City, and I kind of like the two tan buildings, the Palace Cinema being right next to it. Once again, totally unsure if this is the final resting place. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, there's one more thing I did want to mention for the Grand Emporium that I think was kind of, it was kind of a good thing about the older sets. I didn't realize that this is the way that they used to do it, but I think it works really well. The sections of the different floors and the roof, they don't actually stick in with studs. They kind of rest there, and there's a few little pegs that keep it from sliding around too much. So they're actually just slightly loose. They're not as tightly fitting together as some of the other modular builds, but I think that is a big plus, because when people come into the city and I tell them that they can take the sections off, sometimes two floors will stick together and then they'll kind of break off and they'll land on top of each other. Nothing ever big gets broken, really, but it does give you that sort of false sense of security if you think you can pick up the building by its walls, which is never the case for a modular build. Here, it just kind of, you really know that you can't do it because the pieces are already fitting a little bit more loosely. Lego decided to go against this design, but I think that is pretty good. It actually is just easier to put the pieces on and off of each other. Anyways, I think that's all I really have to say about the set. And considering its age, I'm not too disappointed that the upper floors are very, very sparse on the inside. All in all, I'd say this set is still well worth its money. I mean, it is retired and now going up in price, but in terms of functions and looks, it still is definitely delivering exactly what I wanted out of this modular set. So anyways, that is it for this episode. If you guys enjoy our content, you can always like or subscribe, and we'll see you next time at BrickVault.